you've mentioned just some legendary names from the New Orleans area, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know Sporty T was that dude down there.
Yeah. Sporty T was what he called himself the king of bounce. Sporty was already a rapper, what we call real rappers, meaning that real rappers did music outside of bounce music. Sporty was that guy, and he was known in these streets too. You know what I'm saying? But Sporty was that guy. Sporty let me get that one leg up. You heard me? Shout out to Sporty T and his family. Feel me? If anybody tuned in, Sporty allowed me to get that track, man.
That's dope, man. That's
Yeah.
real dope. So from there, y'all pushing out projects, man, and y'all doing y'all thing, man. And
Yeah.
you know, the world got to hear you. You already established artist, man, and you wind up on No Limit Records, man. How did that come about?
How I ended up getting No Limit Records was that the Big Boy thing, Big Boy Records, it didn't pan out and work for me for the long haul like I had wanted it to. You know what I'm saying? God bless Chuck Soul, Charles, Big Chuck Temple, real solid guy. We just didn't see eye to eye on some stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I stood up for myself, and he wasn't gonna have no coup at his label.
Mm-hmm.
You heard me?
He said, I'm the boss.
Yeah, we bump heads, and I used to feel like, you heard me? At one time, I was in the office and had all the artists, and I felt like on one side of the room, it was artists that was doing shows to get money. And the other side of the room was artists that still trying to get their thing together and hope they get an opportunity to make them some weekend money and make some sales off of some record sales, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So I had, I was still making too many decisions, emotions then. So I ended up having a hiatus. And we kind of bumped heads. Later end up, get with each other. He told me before he passed away, he had so much respect for me for standing up for myself, bro. You heard me? He said, I want to tell you this to your face, bro. At least you got a release from my record company. And we had whatever our misunderstanding was, and we moved past that. He said, that's how I'm able to spend money with you today. Because I got respect for you, bro. You were 18 and I couldn't figure out why he ain't having this shit. He is not having it. You heard me? I'm gonna tell you what's funny too, but it's the first time I ever encountered something like this. We didn't see eye to eye, so I took my hiatus from the label. But do you know that this label was recording? I had recorded like 2 songs, right? Do you know they were about to finish my album with the rest of the songs on my album being diss songs about me on my album?
Is that right?
That's crazy, bro.
They was gonna put an album out with a bunch of people dissing you.
Yeah, me on 2 of my own songs, and the rest of the songs just, you know what I'm saying? And I ended up hearing the story, and we ended up laughing about it, and we kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing was for my brother being in the streets, like, you see all types of men. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's better to let someone think they won. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to having to beat on your chest in the middle of the street about your victory. So I knew just to be young, I'm young, I'm not built like these gentlemen. I really prefer to do music than on some street shit, you know what I'm saying? So I had to respect that, so I had to respect that. And we ended up working out something. I came back and finished my album. DJ Precise produced it. David Falk played a lot of instruments, helped produce that. And we just moved forward. You know what I'm saying? What happened was I still had a name ringing in the city, and Big Boy Records had ran its course. So I got a release from a good friend of mine, helped me with a release. And he got Chuck to come bring me a release, ending my duties at Big Boy Records. So my mom got me a job at Times Picayune, in the newspaper, right? Doing customer service, bro. I'm falling asleep at the lunchroom. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the most, bro. So Kane and Abel had got a third-party situation to work with No Limit Records. Me and Kane and Abel was like this. So I'm taking the trips, some help writing, doing all kind of things with each other. So that was one look of visiting No Limit Records. A second look was me and X invited me to get on a song with Mac and her on her project. I went up there to the studio again. You know what I'm saying? No Limit Studios, and I recorded that. So that was that. So I go again with KL. Me and KL sit in Studio B, little small room, bro, where he's just doing pre-production at. And I'll never forget we like this here while he working on the drum machine. And I hear a door open. I turn like this here. And here come Percy Miller walking like, what's up, bro? KL, let me holler at you, bro. You know what I'm saying? They leave me in the room by myself. They go in the room. Their voices get a little loud. I'm like, oh
Mhm.
shit. Oh shit. You know what I mean? Like, damn, I hope I ain't get KL in trouble. Just being this eager kid, asking my friend taking me to his job, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He like, nah. So Sylvester KL came back in, and I heard him tell him, man, we need this dude. Like, I think we need this dude. You know what I'm saying? He came back in like, nah, we good, man. We good. We good. That was another liquor ban out there. Last and final straw was I had a buddy of mine that believed in me, and he knew my brother. You know what I'm saying? He knew my brother for some other things. And he was like, I believe in you. I'm going to find out what it'll take to do a deal with No Limit Records. So he said, I remember hearing that P didn't care for third party deals. Sometimes they end up bad. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
man, it got on the phone call, got on the phone call, after phone call. Then finally he was like, what it's going to take to have Fiend, getting in the shuffle with that. We could do a third party situation. You put out a Fiend album with your production, what it take. He gave him a number, and then my people drove out there with a bag. You know what I'm saying? 250,000. And you know what I'm saying? I did Don't Fuck Around on About It soundtrack. And the rest of that shit is history.
That's real dope, man. That's real dope. Now you mentioned KLC. That's a part of what they call the medicine men now. But beats by the
Yeah.
pound.
Beast by the pound.
Boy, those boys are some bad men.
Hey, to this day. To this day. To this day. You know what I'm
They
saying?
still there,
The
man.
brothers are dope.
And I saw the ascension, man, of No Limit Records, man, to the point to where you had people around the country wearing these chains. You made it when you go to the ghetto stores, the swap meets and whatnot, and you see pieces of jewelry with your name
With
on. They
your
made it,
name on
yeah,
it.
with your
Yeah,
name
you'd have
on it
made
and
it, baby.
everything. And people
You'd
was
have
walking
made it.
around with No Limit chains. It was people going around saying they were signed to No Limit. I'm talking about people that didn't know
Right.
nobody at the label. I'm talking about, yeah, I'm signed
From
to
a
No
can
Limit
of
Records.
paint.
That
Right.
was a big thing. What's your most memorable moment, man, from that? Because that was a monster.
It was huge being a part of such a label of that magnitude. My most memorable moment of that, seeing people tattoo No Limit on their body, wearing the fake chains, just because they feel obligated to support something that speaks to their soul or their life. It was big, man. It was motivational. Seeing people with your Fiend tatted on them, people with your lyrics tatted on them. You know what I'm saying? I remember the brother Wale told me one day, Street Life, my album Street Life is like the Bible in the DMV. I was like, damn, fam. You know what I mean? Just think, man, I could have not turned that album in. You know what I'm saying? So just the whole thing, period, man. One vivid memory I have is Puffy walking with us, P. Diddy, Sean Combs walking with us through the airport. There's 63 of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Walking through the airport to go catch a plane at one time, right? Puffy come up to me and said, say, bro, how in the fuck is y'all not getting in trouble? How the fuck is y'all even keeping this shit together, dog? Like, how the fuck is y'all getting along? What the fuck? And I remember telling them that, we got number love and respect for someone we deem to be the leader of this company. And that type of love and respect is going to be the driving force to continue to get us from point A to point B. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what that is. Then I said, look at all God's children walking together. Man, how could this lose, Puff? You know what I mean? How could this lose? But he like, you crazy, man. He said, all right, Dad, I got a play in the cat, you hear me? And that was that, you know what I'm saying? So that'd be one of those moments that made me say, it's bigger than life,
Yeah. Did it at any point ever seem surreal to you? Like, man, this is really happening. This is really going down.
Um, it had to be one time being in Cleveland or one time being in Ohio somewhere, and I just dropped There's When They're Family, and we had a show, and this arena had the whole 20,000 people easy. Oh, more, this shit was huge, and I'll never forget the promoter was he like, man, he getting us in the van and stuff, man. Oh man, we so happy to have y'all here. He said, well, Fiend, oh my God, oh, they waiting on you. He said, oh, they waiting on you. And you know, we all equal in our camp. We're not tripping. We know who these are. We know the Millers. We got our we have our protocol, and we have we equal as family. But when he said that, I was like, word. I got on stage to perform, and I saw this huge ass poster with like 10 people holding that bitch. I don't know where they got it from. I don't. It was like they must have made it. Was still it was huge, bro. And that many people or more holding it in the crowd together. There's When They're Family, and I just will never forget, bro. The crowd. I have never heard that many people screaming for you at one time. You know what I'm saying? At that moment, that time, and that place, that kind of let me know, like wow, you got that shit off, bro. Like, and you vented, because my album was a lot of venting.
Mm-hmm. So, man, so you don't know Limit Records, man. Everything is going good, man. Then it starts to be rumors of distinction, man. It's rumors that Beats by the Pound may be leaving No Limit.
Yeah,
Very pivotal important part of the label. It was a producer-driven label, and y'all had very incredible lyricists. I don't think No Limit gets the credit sometimes for the lyricists they had. You of course, you were a monster. You had Mac that
appreciate you,
could rap his
bro.
ass off.
Appreciate you,
Yeah,
bro.
Mac that can rap. And Mia X is probably, I would have to put her in my top 5 MCs, man.
That's
Female
it,
MCs. Mia X is hard, man.
man.
Mia X
Facts.
is a beast.
Hey, bro. She, regardless of her gender, she get the job done. She a 101 too, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mia X is very, very, man, very I don't want to say underrated, man, because y'all was pushing out gold and platinum records, man. So people's vibing, man. But I don't hear her mentioned
I'm,
as
I'm
much as she possibly should be.
I'm happy you brought that up. I think it's a Southern thing, man, or maybe the relationships it was a Southern thing. I think a lot of people didn't look at lyricists as from the South. Like a lot of people from the South, when they think of lyricists, they think of Scarface. And sometimes, as far as of the eye of the beholder, you know what I'm saying? But that's how that went for a long time. And until people realize the Mia X's, the Fiends, the Max, the Mysticals, you know what I'm saying, and so forth. There's a gang of people. We'd be here all day. But when they mention these hip hop legend tours and stuff, I say that they leave a lot of people off. But once again, it just must be of another person's perspective or boils down to the promoter, you know?
Yeah, I think that's what it is, man. So we have this thing, man. What was your thoughts in your mind when you start hearing this stuff, man? Like, because the situation was pretty much going perfect. What was going through your mind when you heard that Beats by the Pound may lead the label?
Well, I was right there. So if I heard it from directly from where, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, if it was a rickle in the water, I saw when someone threw a stone. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So when I saw that the label was having differences, I didn't know how to sit people down. Excuse me. I didn't know how to sit people down. I wish I known how to sit people down and just kind of move forward about this because it was all about a conversation. And I just think that sometimes people was just stirring things up instead of, you know what I'm saying, like making sure that they had clarity there. And when you don't have clarity, you have pollution,
Mm-hmm.
I was
Exactly.
right there.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Do you in your heart of hearts, man, really feel like if that situation could have been talked out, some could have been some kind of resolution could have been made?
I really feel. I think it's two outlooks of it. Two perspectives. I think that if the powers of the label would have, excuse me, if the powers of the label could have possibly got out of the way of wearing the hat of who they were,
Hmm.
and possibly if the production would have had opportunity to have transparency on where they are today and where it's going tomorrow, I think things could have easily been ironed out.